Imagine three people who all start with the exact same amount of money. They invest on the very same day. They stay invested for 10 full years. One of them trades every single day. One trades only a few times each month. And the last person barely looks at the market at all. 10 years later, only one of them walks away with the biggest fortune. But the winner probably isn't who you think. If you have spent even a few minutes on YouTube or TikTok, you have probably seen someone claiming they have the perfect strategy for making money in the stock market. One creator says day trading is the fastest path to financial freedom. Another swears by swing trading because it lets you catch big market moves without staring at charts all day. Then there are long-term investors who insist you should simply buy index funds, ignore the daily noise, and let time do the work. So who is actually right? The truth is, all three strategies can make money, but they do not require the same amount of skill, time, discipline, or emotional control. Today, we are going to compare these three investing styles using realistic examples, not internet hype. We will look at how much time each approach demands. We will examine the risks involved. We will explore the psychology behind each one, and we will consider the kind of results each has historically produced. By the end of this video, you will have a much clearer idea of which strategy actually fits your personality and your goals. And one comparison near the end changes how many people think about investing forever. Let's get started. To make this comparison fair, let's imagine three friends: Alex, Sarah, and David. Each one starts with $25,000. Each one wants to build long-term wealth, but each one chooses a completely different path. First, there is Alex. Alex is a day trader. Every morning, before the market even opens, Alex is already watching economic news. He checks overnight futures. He reviews charts. He plans his trades for the day. Once the opening bell rings, it is game time. Buy, sell, take profits, cut losses, repeat. Some days, Alex makes hundreds of dollars. Other days, thousands disappear before lunch. Every single decision has to happen within seconds. Now let's meet Sarah. Sarah is a swing trader. Unlike Alex, she does not care what happens every minute. Instead, she looks for stocks that are starting strong trends. She may hold a position for several days, or even several weeks. She spends a few hours each week researching companies, analyzing charts, and setting alerts. Once she is in a trade, she lets the market work. She is not glued to her computer all day. Finally, we have David. David does not trade individual stocks at all. Instead, he invests in low-cost index funds that track the overall market. Every month, no matter what the headlines say, he invests another portion of his paycheck. If the market crashes, he buys. If the market rallies, he buys. If everyone on television is panicking, he still buys. His strategy sounds boring, but boring does not always mean ineffective. Now the question becomes this: who actually builds more wealth over time? To answer that, we first need to understand how each strategy really works. Let's begin with day trading. Day traders try to profit from small price movements that happen within a single trading day. They never hold positions overnight. The goal is simple: find opportunities, move quickly, manage risk, repeat. Some traders may execute 10 trades in a day. Others may place 50 or more. Technology has made this easier than ever. With just a laptop and an internet connection, almost anyone can start trading. But here is what many beginners do not realize. You are competing against professionals, large hedge funds, powerful trading firms, sophisticated algorithms, institutions with billions of dollars and computers that can react in fractions of a second. That is a very difficult game to win consistently. Next comes swing trading. Swing traders focus on larger market moves. Instead of trying to capture tiny price changes, they look for trends that may last several days or weeks. Imagine a stock breaks above a major resistance level after reporting strong earnings. A swing trader might buy that stock and ride the momentum for several weeks before taking profits. Because trades happen less frequently, transaction costs are generally lower. There is also less emotional pressure compared to making dozens of decisions every single day. However, swing traders face a different challenge. They hold positions overnight. That means unexpected news can cause prices to gap sharply up or down before the market even opens. Sometimes that works in your favor. Sometimes it does not. Finally, we have index investing. Instead of trying to pick winning stocks, Index investors simply buy the market itself. For example, an index fund that tracks the S&P 500 gives you exposure to hundreds of America's largest companies through a single investment. Rather than betting on one company, you are investing in the overall growth of the economy. This approach requires almost no forecasting, no guessing tomorrow's headlines, no watching every candlestick, no constant buying and selling. Historically, broad stock market indexes have rewarded patient investors over long periods, even though markets experience plenty of ups and downs along the way. And that is where our comparison starts to become truly interesting. Because making money is not only about returns. It is also about time. It is about stress. It is about discipline. And it is about something almost nobody talks about: the hidden cost of trying to beat the market. So let's put our three friends to the test. Suppose Alex, Sarah, and David all begin with the same $25,000. None of them adds any extra money. They simply stick with their chosen strategy for 10 years. At first glance, you might assume Alex, the day trader, has the biggest advantage. After all, if you are trading every day, shouldn't you make more money than someone who only invests once a month? Not necessarily. Let's imagine Alex has an impressive year. He finishes up 25%. That sounds incredible. But here is what often gets overlooked. Every trade has costs. There are spreads between the buying and the selling price. There may be commissions or exchange fees. There are taxes on short-term gains. And then there are mistakes. Nobody wins every trade. A few emotional decisions can erase weeks of progress. One bad trading day can undo dozens of good ones. Professional traders understand this better than anyone. Success is not determined by your biggest winner. It is determined by how well you manage your losses. Now let's look at Sarah. Sarah only makes a handful of carefully planned trades each month. She is not chasing every market move. She is waiting patiently for high-quality setups. Her transaction costs are lower. She spends less time staring at charts. She sleeps better because she is not making split-second decisions all day long. Her returns may not look spectacular every single month, but consistency slowly starts to compound. Then we have David. David's strategy almost seems too simple. Every month, he invests automatically into a low-cost index fund. He does not try to predict recessions. He does not panic during corrections. He does not celebrate during market rallies. He simply stays invested. Over time, something remarkable begins to happen. Compounding takes over. His returns begin generating their own returns. Eventually, the portfolio starts growing faster. And not because David became smarter, but because time is doing more of the work. Albert Einstein is often credited with calling compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, although historians debate whether he ever actually said it. Regardless of where the quote came from, the principle is very real. Small gains, repeated consistently over many years, can become surprisingly powerful. That is why experienced investors often say that time in the market is usually more important than timing the market. So let's step back and think about what we have really learned. Alex, the day trader, works the hardest of all three. He spends the most hours in front of the screen. He carries the most stress. He faces the highest costs and the toughest competition. Sarah, the swing trader, works far less. She takes on overnight risk, but she trades with patience and structure. And David, the index investor, does almost nothing at all. He simply keeps buying and lets compounding work in the background. So which one makes the most money? That is the obvious question. But here is the truth. That is only half the story. Because the amount of money you make means very little if the strategy does not fit your life. Think about the time each approach demands. Day trading can feel like a full-time job. Swing trading fits around a busy schedule. Index investing takes only minutes each month. Now think about the emotional toll. Day trading can be exhausting and stressful. Swing trading is calmer, but still requires patience. Index investing removes almost all of the emotional pressure. And finally, think about the skill required. Day trading demands sharp reflexes and constant learning. Swing trading requires solid analysis and discipline. Index investing requires almost no special skill at all. This is why the patient investor so often wins in the end. Not because index investing is exciting, not because it is clever, but because it is sustainable. The best strategy is the one you can actually stick with for years, through every market storm and every headline. So before you choose a path, Ask yourself a few honest questions. How much time can you realistically commit each week? How well do you handle stress and uncertainty? And how much emotional discipline do you truly have? There is no single answer that is right for everyone. But for most beginner and intermediate investors, the simplest approach is often the most powerful. Because in the long run, consistency usually beats intensity. And time in the market almost always beats trying to outsmart the market.